Now you have seen what is happening at time 0 nanosecond. So now let's see what will happen at 1 nanosecond, 2 nanosecond, and so on. So this is a state of your all blocks at time 0 nanosecond, and there is no observed region event, or there are no re-NBR region events in this 0 nanosecond time unit. And next is at 1 nanosecond. At 1 nanosecond pre-point region, the value of signal clock will be equal to 0 and TB opcode will be equal to 0 because they were already got updated in 0 nanosecond, and those values will be available at this beginning. And as you can see that there are no other events happening at 1 nanosecond because this forever is saying waiting for 5 time units, and there are no other time related events in either this initial block or this initial block. Therefore nothing will happen at 1 nanosecond. This will be the state of all variables. And again at 2 nanosecond, at 3 nanosecond, at 4 nanosecond, the same thing will happen. But at 5 nanosecond, as you can say, next event was scheduled for 5 nanosecond, which was toggling of this clock signal. So let's see what will happen at 5 nanosecond. So at 5 nanosecond, again, these are the initial state at pre-point region. Clock will be equal to 0, TB code is equal to 0, and this opcode as the TB opcode and interface data Rx again. And if you come here, this execution was at this point. This initial begin was stuck at this point, and this initial begin was stuck in this point. Now let's see what all are the statements that need to execute at 5 nanosecond. Obviously this need to be executed, and this is a blocking assignment. Therefore definitely this is going to be scheduled into the active region. And let's see if some other active region events will be scheduled here. So you can see that you can probably think that there is going to be one more active region scheduling, that is to execute the right hand side of this assignment, TB opcode NB assignment equal to 1. So let's see whether this will happen or not. So before that, there was a design module that we already discussed, and there was an always block within the design module. So we'll see this block as well. So we have got only 3 blocks in all 3 set of all modules and interfaces. There are 2 initial blocks in this test bench and 1 always block in this design. And let's see what happens at this always block. So this always block is sensitive to the positive edge of clock. This is a direct waiting for a positive edge of clock. So as you can see that clock was already executed, clock is already assigned with 1. So clock is changing from 0 to 1 in the active region. So this is a trigger event for clock. So when this is happening, it will trigger an event for executing these case statement, because this is already satisfied in the active region. And so it will come, the execution will come and check the interface.opcode value, and it will assign and it will go into here. But the interface.opcode value is already X here, and it is not getting updated. So it need to be updated. It will be updated only in the re-NB region, because as you know, this interface.opcode value will be is updated through a clocking block event. So at this point, when this always at positive of clock was untriggered, interface.opcode value is again X here, and therefore none of these statements will be executed, and thus interface.data will be still equal to X at this point. And coming to the NBA region, and let's see if there are some other NBA assignments in this region. So you can see we have already discussed that this is not going to happen because this is not going to satisfy this case statement for 0, 1, 2 or 3 values. But let's see if this interface in the TB code, this particular line, that is TB opcode is assigned with a non-blocking assignment with a value 1. So you might think that this will happen here, but actually this is not going to happen at this point of time. So we are now from pre-point region, active region, reactive region, and NBA region of 5 nanosecond and the first iteration. and you can see that this code, that is this is saying to wait for a clocking event trigger, that is interface.clocking event clocking block need to be triggered here. So the triggering condition for the clocking block is a positive edge of clock that was already satisfied in the active region. But this triggering will not happen in the active region, as we have already discussed. Any clocking block will be get triggered only in the observed region. Therefore, this wait will be getting satisfied, or this will be getting triggered only in the observed region, and thus this TB opcode assignment with 1, NBA assignment with 1 will not happen at this point in time. But when this is triggered, when it will come to observed region and it will be triggered, this interface.opcode clocking block will be getting triggered. So when it is getting triggered, this is next line is unblocked, and what you can see is next is an NBA assignment, non-blocking assignment. So what will effectively happen is this need to be executed in the same time unit, because it is an NBA assignment. But this NBA assignment is not going to happen here in the reactive region, because this is lying in a module. That is, the NBA is lying in a module. It's not in a program primitive. Therefore, this will trigger a loop back to the active region. But as you know, as we are already in the observed region, the only way to trigger back a loop from the observed region direct to this active region is an expect statement. So if otherwise, what will happen is it will go through the reactive region portion, and after completing the reactive region, it will go back to the active region. This final loop will be happening. Thus, when this line is executed, it will schedule an event back to this active region in this same time slot. But before that, it will go through this reactive region set. So again, there is nothing happening in the reactive set, and the reactive is also empty. But the re-NBA need to be done here, because it is saying the interface dot clocking block dot opcode is equal to 1. So this clocking block opcode need to be driven with new value 1, because the clocking block was already triggered here. Thus, interface dot opcode will be getting updated to 1, and the event what was scheduled, this event, that is the assignment of this NBA, will be scheduling, and it will go back to this active region again. So in the active region, it will evaluate this particular line. So initially it will evaluate the RHS of this NBA assignment in the active region set, active region. So there is nothing to evaluate. It will come to reactive region. There is nothing to evaluate, and again it will come back to NBA region. So here the actual assignment of 1 to this TB opcode will be happening that is LHS will be assigned with this updated value. So as you can see that this is the first set of, again this is again the same time unit 5 nanosecond. So this is how it is coming. So this is a flow. It is coming from this point. It is executing, and this NBA is not happening here. Clocking block get triggered. Since clocking block is triggered, this need to be executed. So an event will be scheduled here. But since it's already in the observed region, this is going to happen only after passing through the reactive region set. So in the reactive region set, this assignment will happen. And after that, it will go back to this active region. That loop will happen, and this will be evaluated, and this RHS will be evaluated in the active, and in the NBA LHS will be assigned with the active value. Finally, when it is coming, so again it will come back to the observed region. There is nothing, and reactive nothing, re-NBA nothing, and finally it will go back to the postponed region. So this loop is happening in this time slot, and finally when it's coming out of the postponed region, the signal values will be at 5 nanosecond, clock will be equal to 1, TB opcode will be equal to 1, opcode will be equal to 1, and your data is still X, because while this code was executed, the opcode was not updated, and therefore the data will be still equal to X. To make this point more clear for you, I am just doing a simulation directly. So I'll be simulating this program with some display statement. So as I have already explained, in the first loop, this TB opcode will not be executed, and it will be executed only after a loop, that is only after triggering the clocking block. So let's see how we can show this in a simulation. Here I am simulating the same set of programs. The time scale is 1 nanosecond per 1 nanosecond. This is interface. Same clocking block is used here, and this is module design, and this is a test bench. So the only difference in this code is I've added 2 extra display statement after the first clocking block wait. So as we were discussing at this point, so this is the point we will come to the 5 nanosecond execution point. So I've added 2 statement. One is a $display statement. So I'm saying this is initial block display at this time TB opcode will be equal to what value, and again I'm using a strobe also. So as you know that the display statement $display is executed in the active region, and $strobe will be executed in the postpone region. So again, in order to make this more clear for you, I've added one more always statement just to print some more additional information. So before printing this always block, let's see what is the output of this code. We are just interested in these 2 display statements. So you can see that, so the display statement, initial block display. So first one will be displayed, the $display will be executed at 5 nanoseconds. So as I have already explained, TB opcode will be equal to 0, because this is where it is coming into the active region. So when coming into the active region, TB opcode is definitely going to be 0, because even without any effect, this is an NBA assignment. So this when coming into active region, this is in all conditions it will be equal to 0, and finally when going after 5 nanosecond, the strobe says TB opcode is equal to 1. But this doesn't say anything about the loop. So we are just interested in the loop scenario. So what I've done here is I've added one more always block, and this always block is sensitive to the TB opcode, same variable itself. It's not sensitive to the clock signal. So whenever the TB opcode is getting changed, you will get a display message and strobe message. The strobe is definitely not going to have any effect here, because this is going to print the final values in the time region. So this strobe will give exact same result as of this strobe, but let's just keep it there. But let's see what will happen about this display. So I'm running this, and note that there is a difference in this message. It says initial, and in the always it says always. So this always is saying always a TB opcode. So whenever the opcode changes, it will be printed, displayed. So ignore the first 2, and we are interested in whatever is printing at 5 nanosecond. So at 5, so this is the order in which they got displayed. So note that the order initial block. So first one was called in the initial block display, and it is saying TB opcode is equal to 0. So this is exactly what we are expecting. The $display will be executed with the initial value of 0, and after that you can say that the always block display will be called. So this is calling because the TB opcode is getting changed here. As I said earlier, after this TB opcode is giving again getting changed in the same 5 nanosecond through a feedback loop, and at that time it is printing always block display block TB opcode is equal to 1, and after this always block and initial block strobes will be executed. They can come in any order because they are 2 independent blocks, but both of them will say give the postpone value of TB opcode, which will be definitely equal to 1. So just by looking at these 4 messages at 5 nanosecond, I hope you will be more clear about the execution. So as I described earlier, there was a feedback loop from the reactive region back to the active region because of this clocking block and its NBA assignments. And in the next video, you are going to see how again the simulation is advanced, and see what will happen in the next few time slots.